Last session, our evil crew all met in the small town of Bitterwood, located within the Bitter Woods in the north of the Reach. One by one, they arrived to town at various times of the day, all searching for similar things magic, and specifically a necromancer. You all met each other through a single other magical individual in town and proceeded to find your way into the necromancer's home, their abode. There, you spoke with Karel. Karel seemingly cared more to talk to a single individual of your party, Atlas, talking about his wife and how he did not expect him to be back in this way. As you all were having this conversation, others came into the fray. A group of soldiers, hunters out of the Empire of Glass, who had approached Bitterwood the night prior, had come in full force, being reinforced by some individual named Rizor, a large, powerful Goliath zealot, who seems to have great renown through the space. They threatened Caro to turn himself in, not make a fight out of this. And in return, Caro exploded one of the guards, which set loose a deep hunger within one of your individuals. Ripley. Hadar's hunger needed to be fed. And as celestial healing magic was used in the space, you fed Hadar. A fight ensued, and you slayed the individuals who attempted to bring Caro Versteck to justice. And as that happened, you all fled through a secret back passageway out of the house to the boats to the north. And you all set sail across the Bight as your pursuers stopped and watched you sail away. That is where we left off. So, as we begin today's session, you are all in two separate boats at the moment, sailing across the Bight. The river is fast moving as it is currently engulfed with lots of snowmelt and just risen water height. Um, you all are heading down rapids. So, believe you all separated into two different real groups. So I need the people who are leading these two boats to make me athletics checks. I believe that was
Uh,
Did I
Atlas.
make a survival check instead?
I think so.
Or did I make it? Yeah. Okay. Can I still do that, or do you need an athletics?
Um, I can do a survival as well.
Okay.
Yeah, survival will work. So Atlas, survival. Sorry, athletics check, and then Asanath, do a survival check for me, please. As the two of you have continued to take these uh, vessels further and further down the Bight. Um, you're probably a good hour away from the Bitterwood. Um, and so far, the rapids have kind of slowed, and you're able to gain more control of your two vessels, and are able to kind of get close to stabilize each other. Because they're not big, they're small vessels. So you begin to tie them up together, allowing Atlas to kind of like manage both vessels pretty effectively. And so there's less likelihood that you're going to tip to one side. You have more um, mass in the center of your two vessels. Um, so, is there anywhere you would wish to stop? Is there, how long do you wish to traverse down this river?
Um.
So it's about
Uh,
it's about
Are there any
25.
like
So, um,
what settlements are nearby? Sorry.
um, within the Bitterwood, Bitterwood is the closest settlement. The only other one is probably Spiny Shores, but that is a decent hike off of the river. You could try and use the boats to get to Spiny Shore, but you're going to be risking open ocean at that point.
Yeah, I don't know if we want open ocean in a kayak.
Oh no, I just was thinking, where would they expect us to be?
Yeah.
Because they'll want us to be going to Spiny Shores.
Do we
Mm.
know what this place is over here?
You probably would not.
I think not.
Okay, cool. What if we just real shits and gigs go to the ruins over here?
What if we just go here? I'm sure nothing
Uh,
bad would ever happen to
alright.
us here.
all right, where? The
Vanrar
Vanrar
Gelados.
Gelados.
It sounds
Yeah.
like a very nice place to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So we are like roughly like around here.
Yeah, so you've only been on the river an hour or so, so I'd put you about right here. You're not that far from Bitterwood.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's only an hour.
Cool.
It's about
Uh,
25
What
miles
kind
out
of-
to the ocean, and you're probably
so,
let me get travel pace again.
So
I believe it's 24 miles.
about 24, 23, roughly.
I think we
What?
should
Yeah.
make it for land, because they're gonna expect
Yeah,
us to
in-
follow the river down.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
you can in 5 hours times you can probably get to the ocean.
All right.
Yeah.
So given our knowledge of the area, so the main places that we know of Spiny Shores, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what the terrain is like? Does anyone in our group know what the terrain roughly around like this area would be?
I mean,
Like a little further north?
I should, because I went in kind of this ish direction.
It is boreal forest. Cardinal gets very hilly. Like there's a lot of rocky hills in that spot. But pretty much anywhere in the far north is just boreal forest.
Okay.
And this is the dead of winter, so it is very, very cold. And being on a river like this, you're getting hit by water and stuff. You're not the warmest. You're all feeling a bit of a chill,
Oh yeah,
a bit of a
quite
bite, some
certain.
would say.
Yeah.
In this cold air and while we're on the river, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Mhm.
cold as fuck. Okay. Well, we do need to get on land eventually because we don't have the supplies to really just stay on the water.
Yeah. What I
Yeah.
think we should do is we should land and then let the boats go.
Yeah, if we just let the boats continue down,
And then we
and
try
then we
to
could
hide
either
the
make
tracks
it
as we
for
go.
Spiny Shores or these ruins or just like the woods in general.
I think. Ooh. Well, we're gonna have to be in the woods first and foremost. We're not making
Yeah.
it anywhere else tonight.
But
they're
what's going to be our
gonna-
destination?
They're gonna expect us in Spiny Shores, more than likely.
Certainly.
But that is also civilization. So
And all right, and how how prevalent is magic in this region of the world?
It's fairly prevalent. You know, it's not
Like,
unexpected.
what's the chances that they could have already sent like a sending spell to Spiny Shores, roughly, within our knowledge? What's the chances?
Just roll me an intelligence check.
How smart are you?
Yeah, I have my moments, but this isn't one of them. Magic isn't my forte.
It's
I
hard to
know
tell.
I know about magic.
You are, I will say, for you, you are especially cold.
Mm.
Egil is not made for, you know,
Oh, I'm sure no, he is not
bitter
made to survive.
wind and water just hitting you. It
It's
is
a little.
freezing.
His cough
It's a
is
little.
probably getting a pretty bad at the moment, and
Mhm.
I can see that. Yeah, so
Uh,
yeah,
is he a little too still?
is he a little what?
I don't know how cold-blooded are kobolds.
Well, no, specifically with Egil, he's sick.
I
So
know he's sick.
so
This is unrelated. This
yeah,
is just like,
I don't think
uh,
I don't think normally that
are they
in D&D,
warm-blooded or are they cold-blooded?
I'm pretty sure they're warm-blooded. I'm pretty
That would make
sure.
sense.
I'm pretty sure they're warm-blooded. I don't. The only creatures I could think of that really would be cold-blooded would, I don't know. That's really it.
Wanti?
Yeah, maybe lizard folk.
I mean, cold-blooded creatures don't get that big in general. So
Yeah, it's possible, but
I
you know,
mean,
it's really up
they
to
don't
Graham.
now.
It's really up to
But there's
Graham.
also
Graham,
dinosaurs that exist.
are kobolds cold-blooded, Graham, or warm-blooded?
They're probably warm-blooded.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'd assume.
so no
Thank you for
brumation for you.
settling this biological curiosity of mine.
Hey, look, look. I'm pretty sure Egil would know whether or not he's warm-blooded or cold-blooded.
I would hope he does.
I'm sure he would know with all the study he does.
Stab yourself. Does it come out warm or cold?
Yeah, hey.
Why would I do such a thing? I'm saying that-
When you breathe, is your breath like warm?
Do you see my breath when I speak? Then I suppose you have your answer.
I'm not there. No.
He's a
I
little smart
don't
ass.
see
I don't see it. Oh no, you're dying.
it.
Yeah, you're just very you're very small, you're very condensed, and you're very sickly and cold.
Very co-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
we should get off the water and we shouldn't head to Spiny
Yes.
Shores because they're gonna have people waiting for us there.
Yeah, we should just go off into the woods, try to hide our tracks as best we can.
Build a fire. By God, please build a fire.
Yeah. Oh, that's so hard though, because ooh.
Yeah, we have to build a fire though.
We have to build a fire though, but I'm trying to think of how we could maybe do that without like.
If we could find a cave, that'd be fantastic.
That would be fantastic. Only one way to do it. Let's go. Let's get to the shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So
shore up.
we're on the water for an hour then?
I think maybe we should go a little bit further
Maybe like
to make sure they don't catch us.
2 hours. Because if we're 2 hours by water, we'll probably be like 4 hours by land.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put it right there. That's about it. So yeah, you spend 2 hours on the water. Can I just have all of you make con saving throws, please?
Yeah.
Not
If
my
I have
boy.
resistance to cold, could I have advantage?
Yes, definitely.
Whew. I mean, I did still roll low, but
Okay.
Uh,
I will say, over the course of 2 hours of being on a small vessel, getting battered by water, it's a rough river. It's not very calm. Asanath, Egil, the two of you take 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Just from being battered by the wind and water. And there's this biting chill that just covers both of you. And you realize why they probably call this river the Bite.
Yeah.
Bite your ass.
Yeah, but you are able to get yourselves on shore thanks to Atlas's
it-
strength.
Does this include a short rest? Given
I'd
the
say
fact
yeah.
it's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're willing, because you're not really assisting with the boatly duties, so yeah, you
Oh,
could
I
definitely take
love
a short rest.
rest.
The only one I'm probably gonna say
my
doesn't
spell
get one is
slots.
probably Atlas, just because
Yeah,
Well,
that makes sense.
maybe if one of you switch off with him,
I'll switch off.
there you go.
I got
Now all
a
of you get a short
20 on
rest.
my survival check.
Well, Atlas is in a different boat.
You've
No, we
at
tied them
this
together.
yeah, you tied them
Oh.
together.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
I forgot.
it's a better way to
We're right.
yeah, instead of having the chance to tip over either port or starboard side, instead you just like only have, two sides. Tie them together, you kind of bunch them up in the middle, and then you're better off. But yeah, you're able to get to shore. Are you sending the boats back out?
Yeah, we don't want them to know where we landed.
Yeah, we should send him down.
Yep, and also I'll also want to cut the ropes in half so they're both like separate now.
Okay. Yeah, you separate the boats. Let me do a little cheeky roll right here. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where is there a place on the roll 20 sheet to mark exhaustion, or do I have to like find that in the settings, or just write that somewhere?
There's
if you go
a
to the
setting.
cogwheel, you can
Yeah.
enable
Okay, thank you.
Exhaustion tracking.
Yeah.
exhaustion tracking,
Yeah.
I appreciate this. Thank you. There's so much.
and then there'll
in
be like a
here.
little thing where if you
Things that-
like
I
tick
think
it up
it's a-
to 1, it'll actually show you what it does too. It's
Yeah.
like disadvantage.
It's in the
Looks
top
very
right,
nice.
the top right
Very-
square.
very
of
I
good.
found
the-
it.
Okay, cool.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problema.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Who's dying?
Me.
Besides me. I would say besides me.
Roll20 does not like it when I open character sheets anymore. I don't know what happened.
I think it's because they. I think because they treat it as a different page. I don't know why.
Maybe. It's not fun though.
It's not.
But anyways, yeah, the two boats go careening down the river. You do watch as Atlas, your boat, gets kind of stuck in a overturned tree that is like kind of partially collapsed over the river. Not but maybe like 100 feet away.
Hey Graham, does rolling hit die count as healing?
Huh.
Like for the case of like abilities.
Let me see. Hmm.
Never mind. Doctor clarified it for herself.
It's when a creature regains hit die. Okay. Good to know. That was a weird question. I did not know how to answer that one. But yeah, you all find yourselves on a cold shore. The tall trees stand around you.
So are you heading to the? Were we just heading west? Or are we heading to the ruins? Or
I think just west for now.
West for
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I would be. I would be trying to actively hide our tracks as we go.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
I'll help with that, like swishing my
Yeah.
tail across them.
Do it at advantage then.
Ooh,
Normal roll 23.
23.
nice.
You are pretty good at, erasing your tracks as you walk. It is thick snow, but you're able to, uh, fairly effectively get rid of any sign that you were all here.
I
As you
live in the
begin to,
woods.
yeah, as you begin to enter into the deep woods of the Bitterwood, there is um, one thing where this is deep snow. There was a blizzard the night prior. Um, all of this terrain is difficult terrain, so you're traveling at a half pace at this moment.
Oh man, poor
Yeah.
Gil. He's short.
Yeah, it's rough. None of you are really prepared for travel like this, so you're having a difficult time at it. But you're able to progress, and eventually you do, travel a good about 12 miles through the woods. Actually, 2 hours on boat, a couple hours during the day. I'd say over the course of the day, you can probably get maybe 7 miles deeper into the woods. You know,
Okay.
as the sun sets earlier, you kind of make up a little bit of lost time, but soon the wind and the darkness kind of stops you from being able to move forward, and you do have to set up camp.
Yeah, let's try and find a cave if we can. That would be great. Or
I
like
don't
any
know.
kind of burrow or
Yeah,
shelter.
he's gonna have to be like a burrow because I don't think we're gonna find a cave.
Probably not a cave, but like a
Yeah.
burrow or something.
Yeah.
Or just a big rock
So
that we
some
can
type of
be
yes,
behind.
yeah, some type of recess.
Could we make a snow cave? Could we like dig into a snowbank?
You could,
Do a makeshift igloo.
Would that preserve heat?
yeah.
Yeah.
Snow is fantastic
what
at
We
that.
wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to make a fire, but we'd be
But we
out of the
probably wouldn't
wind.
need to with all of us in there.
Yeah.
Put Egil in the middle. You know?
That could definitely work.
Sorry, I mispronounced your name.
Who wants to
No,
head this up?
You're fine. This is
I'll
not.
do it.
Yeah, it's not Eagle's point of.
I'm good with the cold, so digging in snow won't hurt
Okay.
me as much.
I'd probably put this as. Are you trying to do the digging part, or are you trying to do the shaping part? It's probably a two-person job.
I'm not strong enough to dig, but I
Yeah,
can.
I can help with the
shape.
digging. So
Okay.
I'll do the digging part.
Go ahead.
I can't dig for shit, but I can shape
Digger
it.
will need to do an athletics check, and then whoever's shaping the snow, let's do a survival check, please.
Okay.
Y'all got this.
They got this.
Perfect.
Got this.
Yeah. Atlas is able to dig into a nice little large snowbank as Ripley begins shaping it, making sure that it can fit all of you accurately, and you all have enough room to get close and get warm within the snowbank. It does remind you, Atlas, of the previous night sleep that you had, where you did this for yourself all alone, and it's so much better with other people helping you. But yeah, you're able to create this small snow igloo, and you all get in, and relatively, it is much warmer. It's not fantastic, but it is warmer.
It'll just get warmer the longer we stay in here.
Yeah. Any of you wishing to do watches, or you all going to sleep immediately?
Egil probably won't watch. His if anything, what the main thing he's doing is kind of recognizing how cold he is. So you probably just hear him talking to himself. Early stages of hypothermia. Once again, and he's probably just going over the methods he knows to deal with it,
Yeah.
like kind of slightly verbally.
Uh, Clay doesn't sleep. That's nice.
Okay. Clay on watch. Anyone else?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be.
I'll take a watch at some point.
Yeah, I'll be up all night too because I don't need sleep either.
Perfect.
And when Ripley sees Gil like shivering his timbers, um, he'll take his cloak off and drape it over him,
Wow, exposing yourself.
That's so
which
evil.
does reveal two very large but like super emaciated wings on his back that are tucked as tightly to his spine as they can be.
You doing this while he's awake or while he's?
Yeah, just like before, like he'll like glance over and see that you're like shivering and mumbling and just drape a cloak over you.
What? Thank you for the generosity.
Okay.
No problem. Used to the cold.
I obviously am not.
So
And he'll try to get his comfort in however he can.
yeah, you're able to get warm enough to sleep, and with blankets and cloaks and stuff. It's it's passable. It probably gets down to pretty decent 50 degrees, within this
Okay.
space. So
way, way better than I'm sure what it would have been.
yeah, outside it's probably close to 18. It's not the coldest
Mhm.
night, but it is cold. It's
It's cold
definitely
though.
far below freezing. Um, so those on watch. Um, let's see. So it's Ripley. You're taking one watch. Okay. And then Atlas and Clay. Um, which one wants to take first watch?
I'll go first.
Okay. Ripley, roll a d20 for me. 13. Okay. The wind begins to uh, kind of whip up over the course of your watch. Um, you can see the snow that has fallen on the ground and is still um, kind of not congealed yet, not frozen to itself, begins to whip up. And even though there is no real storm, it begins to become a whiteout just by the sheer amount of wind that begins to just blow through the area. And you realize that, yeah, it's probably not entirely cold outside, but with that wind chill, you would probably not survive the night without shelter. But nothing else seems to occur. Um, second watch. Who wants second
Yep,
watch?
I can take
Atlas?
it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, how long is a watch?
Watch is probably, you're sleeping for 8 hours, so probably like
Two
two
and a
and a
half,
half
3.
hours. Yeah, 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay, because I only need 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
So
which
I go.
makes it easy for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you take up second watch. Go ahead and roll me a d20. 10. Okay. Um, interesting. Uh, over the course of your watch, you see the wind howling, and make a perception check as the snow flurries begin to move about. You keep a keen eye out of the igloo that you're all in. Great song. You begin to see movement. You see a flash of white, and then another, and another, as you see what looks to be small white foxes beginning to rush through the woods past your igloo. Um, you see more and more, and eventually they begin to lessen. But you count at least 8 so far. And then you hear heavy scurrying, and you see sliding into view a small white fox that turns and looks directly into your uh, little igloo and makes eye contact with you. You can see it has bright blue eyes, pure white coat. You see it opens its mouth just slightly. You can see these, pretty sharp canines. What do you do?
I guess I'll just kind of not move, but just keep a good eye on it. Just make sure it doesn't make any sudden movements.
Okay. Let's see. Just go ahead and roll me another d20. Okay. You watch as this strange, pure white fox begins sniffing the air and begins to like creep forward. Its eyes just locked into yours. You see, it gets real low to the ground and just begins to like slowly make its way, basically into the entrance of the igloo. You see, it sniffs the air slightly as its head enters. Begins to look about.
Probably at the point once it gets right at the entrance of the shelter, I'll probably pull out my spear and just kind of like hold it towards it in like a threatening way.
Make an intimidation check. $15. You see, it kind of backs up a little bit, and you see it like is really looking into the igloo, and you can see it's making eye contact. Well, not eye contact. Its gaze is being drawn towards packs where you have spare rations within them. I think it's just hungry.
Yeah, I guess in that case, I'll go to I guess where my rations are, pull a little thing of like maybe jerky or something, and just kind of toss it away.
Okay. As you toss the piece of jerky out, you watch as it turns quickly on a dime and catches it out of the air. This seems like a very agile fox, like far more agile than a normal fox would be. And as you watch its mouth kind of latch onto the piece of jerky, you see the jerky begins to freeze in its mouth, almost as if this fox has some like freezing bite. See the fox like looks at you. It almost seems to like nod its head towards you and then turns and runs off towards its pack. Yep. You see that's the end of your watch. That's the last exciting thing that happens is a pack of foxes. A very strange sight indeed. Okay. Last watch is Clay. I need Clay to roll a d20. Four.
Hey, doctor, question. What is How does Clay communicate? If you've thought about it, because I'm just picturing like the trumpet noise from the horn from the from the trunk.
Please tell me it's the trumpet noise from the trunk.
Okay, cool.
Oh, thank God. What would we do without a funky sound?
What would we do without it?
Ugh.
Doctor always providing us all of the mascot companions.
All
we
of our
can get.
little guys,
The
all
little
of our funky
guys.
sounds.
All our little guys.
Uh, so, for Clay's watch, all Clay notices is the progression of a light morning snowfall that begins to hit the space. Any tracks you did leave are now going to be covered in a fresh blanket of snow as it softly begins to snow once more. But with that, the long rest is had.
Hell yeah.
Point of exhaustion gone. As Gil gets up, he begins to fold Ripley's cloak, like in a very neat manner. Hands it back. You have done me a great service. It is not gone unnoticed. You have my appreciation.
Oh, don't mention it. And I'll slip his cloak back on.
Gil will simply just nod. All right. I know we did not make prior plans, given our haste, but I feel it would be quite advantageous for us to properly create a route for ourselves, seeing as we are strung together by a series of circumstances. I suppose we don't all have a reason to divert from each other, do we?
Well, in that case, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Arsenoth. It's nice to meet all of y'all. I do think they might be expecting us at Spiny Shores, so we might want to go in the opposite direction.
Indeed. I guess introductions are in order. My name is Gil. I have practiced, my expertise lie in that in the medical arts.
I'm Ripley. And as he says that, he's probably digging snow and dirt out of the gears in his arm.
Yep. I guess I was just look around and say, yep. I'm Atlas. I was a former guard of Bitterwood.
I need to give me some water.
I also need some water.
Currently.
Bonnie says, I'm Bonnie, artificer currently.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
sorry I gave Bonnie that voice.
Who
I know that's not what Bonnie's voice is. It couldn't be more wrong, actually.
changed the voice actor? The show's going downhill now.
They don't even try.
Oh man. All right. All right. Now that the pleasantries have been done, seeing as Spiny Shores will likely be a no venturing destination for us, where does that leave us? The only other location I know in the immediate area would be the ruins of Cardinal.
Do any of us know anything about those ruins?
If any of you wish to make a history check,
Yeah.
Sure.
What's the harm?
Well, I was about to say I'm a smart boy, but apparently I'm not.
a dumb boy, apparently. Asana.
Oh, hey, we got our match the one with the 0 modifier with the natural 20s in history again.
The new Gamesh. This
Oh
is
my
new.
god.
this is southern cult leader Gamesh.
Southern
Yeah.
Cold Leader Gamesh, yeah.
Yeah, so Cardinal is was one of the many cities within the Reach that used to be the capital. Um, it was fairly recently destroyed, however. It doesn't have the greatest resources, never really did, but it does have deep mountain recesses and rocky hills that allowed its people to kind of build a very well defended place. It's the only reason Cardinal was able to survive for so long. But when Crimson was made into the capital of the Reach fairly recently, it was at the expense of Cardinal. They destroyed the fortress as well as they could, and to make sure no one came back to seek revenge, any cave within the region was um, dealt with. Um, they would send living columns of fire down through the caverns to kill anything that survived. It is now a ghost town and an aging ruin of a ancient and proud city-state.
Um, and when it was destroyed, was that done by Crimson?
Yeah, that was done by the Kings of Crimson.
Okay.
Cardinal
Is it
was just a big thorn in their side, and
Yeah.
you know,
is it considered like a illegal place to go to, or is it just desolate?
desolate, haunted. Um, it's said that the people of Cardinal were killed so brutally that many of them came back to life. You know, to
That
seek
sounds like the
vengeance.
perfect place to go.
Do we have our
Does
home
it
base?
sound like an evil capital guy?
It sounds like
I
it. We
think
start.
that's perfect.
Oh my god,
No
this
one
is
wants
just
to
like
go there because it
home.
sucks.
We're gonna make it a home.
I can't wait to put up all the decorations.
God. Aw.
We can
And make
convince
the
all the
undead people
undead
wear
to
little
be like,
outfits.
yeah, we can convince them to be like wait staff and stuff. Like,
Well, we don't convince them of anything. We order them. We demand.
exactly.
No, we have to gaslight them into believing they want to follow. We have to be as evil as it can be.
So
And
that
make
way,
them
when we
think it was their
demand, they think
idea.
it's their idea.
Exactly.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can easily blend in with them.
It, look how we got, man. Look what we got going
Yeah, we
on,
put
yo.
Arthas into the back
Yeah.
lines, and he's like, "Hey, this is
He's
such a good
our
idea to do this, right,
spy.
guys?"
He's our
Exactly.
man on the inside.
And then they're gonna look at him
Perfect.
like he's like us, but he's hot. We can listen like this.
What if they make us hot?
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Okay, so out, out of
I'll share
character.
this information.
Okay, all right. So out of character. Given that information, we are left with really since Spiny Shores we're taking off our list, we're really left with like 3 to 4 locations. We have the Ruins of Cardinal, obviously. That is,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, Crimson is
We don't
in
want to go
the
there.
we have the Empire Glass, and so therefore that is definitely like the last place we want to go.
Well, and also the people that are hunting us or we're
That's what I'm
coming,
saying.
like they're on behalf of the king.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Then we have the Clash. Obviously, we can go there. I feel like Reedtown is another one. It's very close to Crimson, so I feel
Yeah.
and then there's
Feel like we might want to avoid society for like a couple of like maybe another day or so.
yeah.
I mean, getting to any of these places would.
It's gonna take a
time.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think realistically, it's
Let's
Are
start
we
this.
missing fast
Cardinal.
travel yet, guys?
Not yet. Not just yet.
Not
I
yet.
like the figuring
I
it
mean,
out
travel
part
time
right
is
now.
fun.
Yeah.
The travel time is fun. Um,
So
so are we all in agreement for just to at least start off heading to the ruins, or do we have any other?
Yeah. Let's go to the spooky place.
Spooky
yeah, let's go
place.
to well,
If we
which
want,
spooky
if we
place?
want
Go to the
someplace where they're not
spooky
going to
bad
follow
place.
us,
Which
most likely
spooky
be the
bad
ruins.
place?
I mean, yeah,
Oh.
they'll probably be like, "Oh, they're going to the ruins. They'll die there anyway.
Yeah,
They're
you
done
know,
for us."
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so are there any objections to the ruins?
No.
So make sure. All right.
So excited to finally
There's
visit.
no way
I've
to a
heard
place
so
where they have
much about this place.
Okay. So you all make plans to head to the ruins of Cardinal. The journey there is not going to be the easiest, as you do still have probably a good 2 more days of being within the woods, where it is fresh snowfall and uh, thick trees. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So
Um.
let's have as you all begin that journey. Who of you is leading the marching order?
I'm pretty used to being in woods, so I could do it.
Okay. No one else opposed. So Ripley, you are leading the marching order through the woods. With a fresh snowfall as well, it only exacerbates the lack of snowshoes that you all have and the difficulty in traveling in these conditions. Um, but you're leading your people on. I need you to go ahead, roll me a d20 as the leader of this little troop right now.
As we're going, I'm using my quarterstaff like as a walking aid, but also like poking the snow in front just to make sure there's no um what are they called? Like where there's those gaps underneath the snow that people fall into and die. I'm checking for those.
Okay. Um,
There's a name for it, I can't
roll a
remember.
d4.
This is how many snow holes we fall into.
Um, as you're walking, um, it's not too difficult to hear a strange, like baying sound, um, somewhere off in the woods, down to the south of you.
Yeah, banging.
A baying.
Oh, baying. Okay.
Does it sound like any animal I'd recognize?
Um, make a perception check. 21. It sounds like, from what you can hear, it sounds similar to wolves. And as you're listening in and trying to hear this, like these sounds that are coming from the south, that's when you do hear the very, very distinct howl. But it is strangely pitched and almost whistly. What do you do?
What direction? You said it's south?
South, yeah.
Okay. I hear some weird wolf-like noises coming from the south of us.
We may need to deviate north somewhat.
What way? Which direction is the wind blowing?
Wind is blowing this moment probably southeast. It's blowing in that direction.
Okay, so not the direction we want. We do not want to be upwind of these things. I wish I, as a person, knew more about how wolves work.
I know a lot about how wolves work. This is bad.
Yeah, I'd assume being upwind of a pack of wolves that sound a little weird is probably bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna know exactly where we are.
Alright, then how about this?
Um,
Which of our can we be able to know the hunting tactics of wolves?
Well, I have a question. Now that Ripley's pointed it out, can I hear it as well?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially once
Okay.
that actual howl hits. Because, the actual sounds of just wolves
Yeah.
making their natural noises, it's a lot quieter. But the howl cuts through the air. It's fucked up.
And we all recognize this as wolves.
It sounds like it. It sounds like what you think of when you hear, like, a wolf howl. But it's
Okay.
also distinctly, like, messed up. Like, it's
And I'm
whistly. It's almost as if, like, it sounds strange, but it almost sounds as if they probably have, like, a punctured rib or, like, air going through their stomach or something. Like, it
Motherfuckers.
doesn't
Zombie
sound good.
wolves.
I don't even know
Um,
what this is. I don't know why I said motherfuckers. Like I knew what this monster was. I don't. I'm just.
Zombie wolves.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Go
go ahead. Make a history check.
Can I also do this?
There we go.
Sure. You have experience in these woods.
Bad.
Sick.
It's not good.
Great.
You don't know exactly what it is, but it doesn't sound good.
No, that's fair.
Wolves can't climb trees.
Very true. Maybe we climb some trees and wait it out.
Climb some trees. If they catch up to us, we can just climb trees.
What are you doing?
How close are they? Do they sound?
They're not within eyesight, but they're fairly close.
I'd say we should scale some trees real quick while we
What
have
if we just
like,
snipe them
spare
from the
time.
trees? Yeah.
You gonna climb trees?
Because we don't want to be doing it when they're on us, because then we're like scrambling. But we have like time right now to get up there.
So you're climbing trees.
Yeah, I mean,
The
Okay.
branches break. What if they can climb?
So,
well, we hope they can.
all of you begin to
Yeah.
climb trees. Go ahead. So these are, tall boreal forest trees. Their branches are not at base level. So make athletics checks, everyone.
Oh
Can I
yay!
Can I guidance myself?
Can you guidance me?
Sure.
I don't have that for you. I'm sorry.
Real good, real good. I'm about to eat shit.
Ooh,
Ooh.
12.
Okay. Bonnie can help lift people if you want, so you can give advantage to anyone.
Maybe give advantage to
Um,
Ripley. I
yeah.
think I'll be fine on the ground if I must be.
Atlas,
A way to get up there.
Atlas, you basically pull like a George of the Jungle and just like expertly climb up this tree. It's like nothing to you. Asanath, with the help of your guidance, you're able to effectively climb the tree. Ripley, you're having trouble. Your hands are getting sticky because of the bark and the sap that's coming off of them, and you're just having a bad time.
I only have partial articulation in one of them, so
Yeah,
that
that's
tracks.
that's the issue you're having. Um,
Getting sap in my gears.
Bonnie, do you want to help Ripley? Okay.
Okay.
Ripley, if you want, you can roll one more time as Bonnie comes over to try to help you. Uh, yeah, you're having trouble. Even with help,
Okay,
you're
I
what
having trouble
happened?
getting
realize
into
that
the
this
tree.
isn't gonna work, and I'll just frickin' take my cloak off and fly up.
What happened?
Okay.
But it's a little more
They're just
gross
fucked
than
up
that. When he
wolves.
takes his cloak off and like unravels his wings, they do crack and pop like they have
Mm.
not been moved in a long time. And it takes him a bit to even gather up enough strength to use them. Um, and
It's
it
kind
looks
of
like it hurts a lot.
it's kind of like he kind of falls a little bit as he goes.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it looks incredibly uncomfortable and painful to use these wings, but he does get up into a tree, I'd assume, with the help of them.
Okay, so we're trying to get him to a tree.
Yeah.
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 Oh, because we're like wolves can't climb trees.
Okay.
And we think they're zombie wolves.
Did someone put me up there? Cause I hate to.
I can carry you up.
It was athletics.
Yep.
Let me see what I can do by myself. What a nice good old -1.
Yeah.
3.
I'd say for you,
Incredible.
actually, you could probably try acrobatics as well.
Hey,
You are a monk.
that.
You are, you know, you're dexterous. Yeah.
Hey.
You just run
Does
up
a
the
stick
tree.
ass
Like you
backflip.
get enough
Hell
space and
yeah.
distance, and you double your speed, and you're able to just ascend the tree, grab the first branch, and like hoist yourself up just enough.
And as soon as he does, he gets a. I have to
Is
stop exerting
Bonnie able to
myself.
make it up?
Bonnie,
Yeah, last one.
last one on the surface.
Don't get eaten by wolves.
12 is just enough. You're able to climb up the tree to get kind of out of the way. It takes you all sitting in trees for probably about 2 minutes or so. But you begin to hear these sounds of wolves getting closer and closer. And you begin to hear their snarling. This as you see 3 wolves make it into eyesight. And they look disgusting. You can see they're emaciated with large sections of their ribs showing where fur is just purely missing. They don't look healthy. Also, they look entirely like more feral. You can see their eyes are pure white and they seem to have extra long teeth. that almost seem to like cut their own mouths, and you can see one is it's just snarling as it's bleeding. As every time it tries to close its mouth, you see these enlarged teeth just begin to cut, almost like across like the middle of the bottom of the mouth, and then you see it opens its mouth again and begins to just like react horribly. It does not like its existence right now. Let me get you a photo real fast as well.
So we've got rabid zombie wolves.
They don't look. Make a. Make
Can I
a
make a
history check.
medicine check?
Yeah,
No.
make a medicine check. Actually, medicine check would work. Um, I'd say between the two of you, you've heard of this, but barely, Egil. You believe that these could be cursed animals, specifically with the curse of hunger. Um, so this would be technically a hungered beast. Um, there's a lot of different types that exist within the world. Um, specifically Ripley. You've heard of like dread llamas,
Dread llama.
carnivorous cows, but this is, a hungerer wolf. This is a wolf that has been cursed with unrelenting hunger. They are more aggressive, more feral, and much more dangerous than typical wolves are. This is the image of the wolf.
Austin
Mm.
thinks they're beautiful.
Honestly, that does look sick as hell.
Yeah, but you watch as they're just stepping into the space and smelling, trying to discern their prey. Can I have you all make stealth checks, please?
Haha.
Okay. You all begin to see two of them kind of smell the air and begin to head off, um, not seemingly noticing anything. And you see the one just kind of like begins to snarl more. You see its mouth opens, almost like it's trying to yawn or stretch its face because its teeth are bothering it. And you see it kind of like puts its nose to the ground, takes its one sharp paw, and begins to like scratch at its nose, and then raises its nose into the air. You see the white eyes look up, and then it looks towards Egil. And you see
I probably coughed a little bit.
it probably just the slightest, it might not even be a cough. Maybe you just smell.
My
And
brother.
it just, you see these eyes meet yours, and it has, even though it's bright outside, it almost resembles like predator eyes at night when you see like the whites of an animal's eyes in like a flashlight, but it is just always on, and its eyes meet yours, Egil, and you hear it just make this loud howl, and you see the other two go running. You see it rushes towards your tree and smashes its head into the tree itself, and you see it begins to like try and climb the tree to the best of its ability, um, as it just goes wild on the tree. You watch as its claws begin to get into the tree. You see it takes its mouth, bites around the tree, and then scoots its legs up, and you see it starts to gain height. You see it's about maybe like 6 feet up off the ground now. You see its claws still dug in. You see it undoes its mouth, looks up at you and snarls again, bites the tree. You see it scoots just another couple feet up. It's actually
Can I
climbing the tree.
cast a spell?
Sure.
I'm just gonna cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
That is a good idea.
That hits. 5.
Wow,
It is
5 whole force.
blasted by the attack. and you watch as immediately it slides down the tree. You watch as its sharpened teeth just drag these massive grooves all the way down to the base of the tree, and you watch as like some of its teeth are just still stuck in the wood. As it like hits the ground, it snarls and begins to just like almost not know where it's at. It kind of like walks in a half circle and looks back up again, snarling again. The other two will they themselves start to howl, and they will begin to just like patrol the trees, um, and they just start like waiting.
And he just started waiting.
You see the one that rolled the nat 20 to try to climb the tree. Uh, it finally gains composure and gains some semblance of intelligence once more. And you see it just kind of sits down on the ground looking up at you and Egil. See its teeth. Its mouth just continues to bleed as it lost a lot of teeth after being shot out of a tree, basically. And it just
I
stares at
assume
you.
we know these things don't give up, right?
They're less likely to give up. They are
Yeah.
they are cursed animals. They are not healthy.
It's
They will
about time
not.
we start.
Yeah.
It's about time we start killing them. That's all I was gonna say.
It's honestly merciful.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I suppose we don't have much option.
So I guess it's spell time.
I
Are we
will.
allowed to roll initiative?
Yeah, so do you want to roll initiative or?
If you're just killing them from up high, I think we're fine.
Yeah, just blast.
I
Yeah.
don't see why not.
Which one are you targeting first?
I'd probably target the main one by a gill. Just
I'll
to see if
target that one
killing
too.
it would scare off the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who's blasting it?
Me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
playing.
do
also
Eldritch
blast it.
Oh wow! Never mind. I missed. I threw a dart.
I will
You throw
ironically
a single
also
dart
do
and it just
Eldritch Blast.
full on misses. You're high up. You're starting to have a little chill to you.
Wow, I rolled shit.
Yeah. Asanath, you miss as well. Ripley's the only one that
Another
hits.
5. Can
Another
I
5.
roll better damage? Jeez.
13 will just hit for Bonnie.
Yep. I guess I'll throw my spear.
Okay. 9 will miss.
Oh my gosh,
Damn.
guys!
So it's hit with 2
We
Eldritch
can't, it's
Blasts
wolves.
and the 4th strike, and you watch as it winces in pain. You see it snarls and kind of it goes to the ground for a moment, and you see it just rolls on the ground, covering itself in dirt. It stands up again. It's on the brink of death, but it just stares upward, like not caring.
I want to hit it again.
All right, I
Misses.
can do this. I can do this.
Misses.
Damn.
Oh my gosh!
Why? Yes!
The single dart. You throw a single dart, and you see the eyes stare up at you, and it just goes straight between the eyes, and the lead one falls dead. See the other two kind of snarl a bit. Let me see something. Okay. As you kill the lead one, you see the other two immediately almost like get really low to the ground. You see they start twitching. You see they both charge towards the same tree that Egil was on. And as they charge, they grab the body of the previous one and begin just tearing into it and then dragging it away. You see one's actively trying to drag it as the other one is just going for the throat. And you see they start feasting.
Okay.
Ah, the circle of unlife.
We should kill the rest of them.
Yes, because if we get down now, they're certain to turn their ire to us.
Right.
And then I hit them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
totally what I was thinking. That's
So-
Yeah, just more Eldritch Blast.
yeah, I have 8 more darts
God
to throw.
damn it!
Oh my gosh.
Get him out now.
Oh
That
my
misses.
gosh. Ah,
Bloody hell.
oh my
Um,
What are we
gosh.
So,
doing?
I will
Everyone
say-
go home.
You do hit the
I'm gonna
one.
do something different next time.
Okay, you do hit the one that is tearing into the other wolf, but over the course of this round, essentially, the one is dragging the body away. So it is getting further and further afield and out of your range, as the one is clearly just like gunning for the dead body of its compatriot, as the other one is just
Yeah.
eating. And you hit it, it doesn't even seem to notice. It smells its own blood, but doesn't care about its own. Just cares about other blood.
Is it still in range?
Probably for the
Well-
Eldritch Blasts. It can only go, I think, with a dash like 40 feet. So
Okay.
that one will
Alright.
hit.
There
Roll
we
damage for that
go.
force strike as well, because that force strike did hit previous round.
There you go, guys.
I will
Oh
say,
no.
with 16 is just the health that it had. So the one that is eating, you do kill that one as well, and the one dragging the other body away just continues to drag it.
Okay.
That technically would have been a disadvantage for that last start. I'm sorry.
Which one?
The
Oh, the
24.
last start.
Yeah.
Oh well, it was meant for the one that was already eating. So, but it died anyway.
Oh
so-
yeah, then you're good.
Yeah, so that looks like that other one is gone, right?
I would say give it a little second to
Yeah,
carry
Yeah,
the
I'm
rest.
You just
waiting.
watch this
I'm
blood
waiting.
trail just being dragged through the snow as far as it can. Yeah. But
Alright,
yeah, there's one body that is left within the clearing, but the other wolf seems to have gone gone to take its meal elsewhere. There is one body though.
I
I
will.
wanna.
Oh, you might have to rush to his body because he.
Yeah, I'm about to hop down and go to the body.
Because that's exactly where Gil's going. Because his surgeon mind is tingling.
Mm-hmm.
Astronauts will.
Do you have
yield.
alchemist's supplies?
Alchemist supplies? No. I just have my utensils to cut into things.
Mm.
Wait, do I have my alchemist
Nice.
supply?
Or a
No, I'm
poisonous?
nah. I'm proficient in those, but I didn't actually. I wasn't able to start off with them though.
Okay. Yeah, you head off to the body. You want, you can make either Arcana or Nature, or Medicine, actually, as well. $15. Yeah, so you begin to cut into the body. You can see whatever this cursed venom is, because it technically is a it is pretty much a venom of cursed proportions. You are able to see that it alters the body in various ways, changes their color, makes them, it almost seems to be cancerous, and just forces evolutionary changes that devastate a species, makes it far more aggressive. And a zombie is not far off, but it's more like a rage virus or something
It's
like
like
that.
a perpetual frenzied state.
Yes. So it's not. Yeah, it's not a dead creature. These are very much living beasts that are just
More sick than
they are
anything else.
very sick. Also, you can tell that there's probably ways to cure this, through like healing magics and maybe even potions.
I would like to get a vial of this if I can. Whether it's the blood or the ichor, just whatever I can, or whatever I can get as a sample.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, that I'm not good at. 15. Okay.
You're able to get a small vial of this venom that comes from these types of cursed beasts.
You said it was Curse of Hunger, right?
Yeah. Technically, it's Tears of the Hungerer is the
Tears
description of the curse.
the Hunger Venom. Okay.
And I'd say with your keen mind, this could easily be used to make poisons and stuff like that. You could probably make a potion of poison
Okay.
using
Good to
this vial, if you ever wanted to. Costs a little bit of money and some time, but it's easily done.
Okay. As Egil comes up with the venom, he actually looks very enthused with himself. And then you also see that from all the blood probably that splattered on his coat, it just begins to clean itself. This is quite the find. Numerous studies will be able to be made with this.
Yes. Are you done yet?
Sorry for holding up.
Oh,
I'm
it's
ready
no
to go now.
worries. I would like to look at the body, please.
I'm just asking for a moment. I want to. Can I try to pluck the eyes out as gently as I can with my fingers so I don't burst them?
Make?
That's a fucking unhinged thing to say.
That is awesome. That's an awesome thing to say. Hold up, my roll 20 is about to crash.
Alright, Twitch.tv. It's not real though.
No, it's not.
It's
I'm
not real. We're
insane.
playing a game. And
My character is insane.
Do
Yeah.
not
Hello.
slash ban.
I'm never.
Oh shit.
Fictional. Do not try at home.
I have to fix.
Add in Minecraft to the end of your sentence.
Yeah. I have to
Anything
fix.
said within this stream is
This is.
not to be taken seriously,
Nope.
and we are not to be held liable.
Huh.
It's for nothing.
Yeah. This is
I'm
dead
just gonna-
air
I'm
as
just
far as
gonna
that's
say-
concerned.
Roll a medicine check for me, please.
Happily.
I was gonna look at your character sheet for a second, but
18.
roll 20 does not. Roll 20 keeps saying that it's crashing.
Damn. I'm
Oh, there we
proficient in
go.
medicine for right now.
Perfect. Oh yeah, with an 18, you're able to pluck both of the eyes out, and they do not squish.
I cradle them in my palms and I look at them like in a very satisfied manner. And then I hold on to them because I don't have anywhere to put them yet.
Nice. Okay.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, they're very they almost look like they've been hit with severe cataracts, but you can still see that they work, that they are very perceptive eyes. It's just there's some layer has gone over them, almost like their perception of the world is just vastly different.
Oh, poetry. What should I label this in my inventory?
Label it weird freak shit.
You need someone to match your freak. Goddamn.
I do. Who's gonna gaze admiringly at these eyes with me?
Oh,
I'm just gonna write beautiful eyes.
Someone else in the psych ward we're sending you to.
I hope so. I hope they stare back. That'd be so fun.
That's
I
okay.
hope. I hope they stare back.
I'm excited to be unhinged. Can you tell?
You not at all.
I would never.
Angus has been waiting for this day.
I forced myself to be hinged so far.
Force yourself to be hinged.
But yeah, we can
That's-
continue now that I have I'm just cradling these eyes in my hand.
I like how us two just came through and just like massacred this body.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
once
it's
again,
a red
Ripley is
mess.
trying not to throw up from watching this shit.
Yeah, there is
Can
just
turn
a
around.
red mess, all over that space, and you feel like this like slight pulse in the back of your mind, Ripley, as you just feel like that consciousness of Hadar. Kind of likes when things are covered in blood.
Yeah, well, he's a freak.
That's why I love him.
I am averting my gaze. I pretend I do not see it.
But yeah, so you all continue on, making your way a good bit further, um, traveling another, about day's worth. There's no other real um, things that happen. The snowfall that occurred in the morning kind of gives up around 11, but the sun begins to set earlier than you would want it to, as 5 o'clock hits, and it begins to get fairly dark. Um, One thing you do notice is off in the distance there is a single line of smoke, like a small fire, um, that seems to be in the direction of which you're traveling. Seems like there is some sort of life there. Um, and there's a small clearing which you're able to see, and you notice what looks to be a very simple wood house with some, shingling, um, tile shingling. You can see what looks to be a small little, probably a goat barn or a sheep shed, something like that, off to the side of it. There's a small little wisps of smoke coming from it. Seems just to be a small, lonely house in the woods, but it's not too far in its shelter.
Incredibly
Oh.
suspicious Hansel and Gretel shit.
I just figured out that I have an alms box. Can I put my eyes in my alms box?
Yes, you can. You can put your eyes in the alms box.
Will they be safe there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I mean,
Nice.
alms are offerings.
Yes.
Oh goodness.
I didn't even think about that. Perfect. I give Hadar the beautiful eyes.
Yes.
With these bloodied hands of mine.
Hadar. I don't even think Hadar is gonna match your freak, honestly.
Yeah, probably not. I'm a little too much even for Hadar.
Hmm. I will say, it begins to snow as the night begins to set in.
Should we go check out the weird cabin?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Why would not?
There's gonna be a serial killer in there.
We just kill them
Guaranteed.
first.
Look,
There's
we are.
probably a serial killer in this group right now.
I'm about to say, yeah, I'm about to say
I
we're
mean,
fledgling
there
serial
are
killers.
multiple, yeah.
We've already killed 3 people.
That's not serial killing because it was in a we're spree killers as far as we all know.
Fair. Like we're fledgling serial killers. We're trying to
We're
get her
on our
back.
way.
This is the scouts of evil.
We're in our
characters.
internship.
Exactly. Get enough kills and you can be considered an evil character.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you all head towards the hut, the little home in the woods.
Yeah.
as you
Let's get it.
approach, you know, it's decently sized. You know, it probably is about 70 feet wide, um, about 55 feet, uh, no, 70 feet long, 55 feet wide. Um, it's fairly sizable. It seems like, you know, it's a small farmstead in the middle of the woods. Um, you can see the goat shack off to the one side. Half of it seems run down. You can see there's been like recent snowfall has kind of gone on the inside of it over the overhang, and a lot of broken crates and barrels kind of exist on the one side. The other side, as you approach, you do spot what seems to be um, a goat within you know, that little thing. You can see hay bale and a small little trough for water and stuff. Um, but the goat's just chilling in the night, the darkness of night. And there is a simple bah as you know, you all begin to approach the home. Um, as you do get within the space, the wind and uh, the snow does give you all a bitey chill as it, you know, hits all of you. And it definitely does not feel good. Um, so, probably want to get as warm as possible soon. There is a little bit.
Bonnie is the light.
Um, light seems to emanate from the windows. Um, you know, the goat seems to baa again, and you hear movement coming from inside. Before you even knock on the door, suddenly it is opened. You can see a man currently dressed up in these like thick, heavy woolen clothes kind of peers out. You see his nose is red and runny. He seems very chilled. Um, Hello? Anyone out there?
Greetings.
Oh. You see, he kind of like rubs his eyes. It's apparently his vision was still clouded by whatever the firelight is inside. Did not seem to notice all of you till it was almost too late. Sorry, the light. Um, Greetings. There's a lot of you here in the woods.
Yes, we are venturing our way west.
Oh, it's mighty cold out. You want to come in?
I appreciate your gracious offer,
See the
and
door
I
creaks open.
will go inside. As I go
Uh,
in, I would like to just make a quick like peer around the room as soon as I get in, though. Like, see who.
As yeah, I was gonna say as they were talking, can I insight check this man?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check. He generally seems surprised. Doesn't seem. So to describe him, he's this older man, with like kind of faded, short blonde hair, that you can see is kind of getting wispy in his older age, probably about like maybe mid-50s. Um, he has these kind of like light blue eyes, um, and doesn't seem like threatening in any way. He just seems like taken aback slightly, um, but he seems willing to let you all in. Upon stepping in, the room is chilly. You feel this like shiver down your spine as you know you're still trying to get warm. There's a fire lit in the back of the chamber where you can see the chimney is puffing away. There is a long dining table You see a small little kitchen nook in one corner. Currently sitting at the dining table is a small little child, probably about maybe 11 or 12. You can see he has a small little bowl of what looks to be some type of stew or something. You see he has like shorter blonde hair, very similar to his like father's. And he kind of like smiles, kind of awkwardly and nervously towards you as you look in to the chamber. There is one other individual as well. You can see um, like a person in their early mid 20s, maybe like 22, 23-ish. You can see they too are all bundled up, holding one of this little bowl in their hands. And you see they are like shivering and cold, but they smile at you. Very similar, eye color and hair color. Seems to be this older man and his two sons.
Okay.
Come on in. Have a seat if you
Oh,
want.
my can I do a perception check real quick?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, do a
I'm
perception.
not going to try to make it obvious. It's going to be this like a quick little, a really quick scan.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, as you walk into the house, there's a chill that runs down you, all of you. It's cold. It's not very warm in here yet. 19. Looking about, you can see generally um, there is not much in the way of food. You can see there is one open sack on the counter, and you count this family probably has maybe a couple days worth of food left. Um, you can see the pot on the table. It looks to be mostly like water and cabbage. Uh, this is generally a very poor looking individual whose house is looking very rundown, ramshackle, poor, um, and yeah, he looks a little nervous, you know, inviting so many people in, but yeah, that's kind of what you notice.
When I step in, I'm gonna like pull my hood up and like down as over my face as much as I can.
Mhm.
And I also want to glance at that fire. How long does it look like that's been burning?
The fire looks like it's probably been burning 20, 30 minutes.
Hmm.
You see, he kind of shuts the door. You feel this like wind, the last little gust of wind hit you. It doesn't feel like it gets warmer. Get near the fire if you want. Sorry it's so cold in here. I haven't been able to get it warm in a while.
apologies are not necessary. It's much warmer than outside.
Yeah. You have no direct wind chill, by the way, for like draftiness. So like it is definitely better than outside, but like there is still like, a couple gusts
It's
that
not
seem to find.
insulated. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a couple gusts that find their way in. Um, you know, there's a surprising couple moments where you like kind of look about and you do see like snowflakes kind of like settling on your shoulders and your gauntlets, and so that is a thing. There seems to be like a slight little bit of snow that makes its way in. You see the old man kind of goes over to the pot that's been put on the table, kind of takes his little bowl and scoops it up. You see he has like a couple little cabbage leaves that get in there. Um, I don't have much to offer for food. Um, Sorry about that.
Uh, Gil hold up his hand. No need. I have my own rations. Getting out of the cold was the more dire of circumstances.
Uh, it's been probably the coldest winter of my life, so good luck. You see, he kind of pulls a chair onto the opposite side of the table, kind of sitting next to his older son. The younger son kind of sits at the other head of the table, on the far side of the room, closer to where the kitchen is. So the kitchen would be on like the far right. Right behind the table is the fireplace and all that stuff. And it seems like they do have one set of stairs that leads to a second story for beds and stuff. It seems like a loft type situation. Yeah, you see the young son's kind of just sitting at the edge of the table, kind of shivering. Kind of does a little wave to all of you.
Eagle will
I'll
do
wave
a
back.
slight wave in return.
It's nice to meet all of you. My name's Van.
Fan.
Which son is this?
The youngest.
Okay. Did the father give his name?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Sorry for my lack of manners. The cold is making me forget things. My name is Adan. This is my other son, Obes, and of course my bright young kid is Van. We're Tusk Dreams.
No best.
Husk Dreams?
Yeah,
Oh,
Adan,
so how do you spell all of those?
Adan for Adan, Tusk Dream. Obes,
A-D-A.
An. Obes
Okay.
is Obes,
Okay.
and then Van
got
is
that right.
Van.
All right, cool.
VAN.
Yeah,
I
Van.
thought it was fan.
That's why I
Fan.
said.
I mean, it's still a three-letter word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close
And
enough.
they're
Yeah.
Tusk
They're
Dreamer?
Tusk Dreams.
Yeah.
Tusk
Tusk
Dream.
Dream. That's their last name.
Okay.
Okay.
It's about then
It's
that you notice there is a the only thing of worth, I should have mentioned it earlier. There is a beautiful looking stuffed head of a boar that kind of sits above the mantelpiece over the fire. You can see it is almost like golden boar. It's very beautiful looking.
and Vaughn is
Have
the
I
younger one.
ever heard of this last name?
Make a history check.
Or is that
Ooh.
boar of any like significance?
Make a history check.
Oh, not good.
13. The name doesn't really like hit you as a familiar family of great renown, but the boar you recognize to be a prized hunting trophy. It's called a gold mane boar. It is a very rare animal that is, a giant boar, medium-sized creature that has these very long, almost like uh, golden spines across its body.
What's the name
Okay.
of does this forest sword have like a name?
This is still technically the Bitterwood.
Okay, this is still technically Bitterwood. All right.
Yeah,
And are goldmane boars native here?
yeah, they're just very rare.
Okay.
They're very smart creatures, and they typically avoid humans because they know they get hunted.
Can't
Oh,
tell
so
if these are
how
just
intelligent?
normal people or if this is some kind of sick, twisted trap.
How
Right.
intelligent are they?
I mean, they're
I mean, you
they're
said that
more
they
wise.
avoid
They're more
humans.
wise, I should say.
Okay, okay. I was just wondering how because I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
they're fairly wise creatures. They have a wisdom of an 11.
Also,
okay.
what if we just ask them about the story about the boar?
Oh, we can
Yeah, I'd like to speak up.
Speak.
do your thing.
Oh, if you don't mind, is there a story that goes along with that boar there? It's just beautiful, and I thought I'd ask.
Oh, you're fine. Um, it was my grandfather's trophy. Um, they say he had a dream that he was destined to kill uh, one of the boars, the gold boars, and well, he went out in the woods outside Clash one day, came back, not too long later with its head. Mounted it, and a family has been called the Tusk Dreams ever since.
Oh, this is a recent name.
Fascinating.
Yeah, a great man. Um, he inspired me to kind of come out into the woods and try to live a simple life. It's turning out more difficult than I expected it to do.
Since Ripley like basically lived in something almost exactly like this, can I look around and see if I can figure out why it's so cold in here? Like, do they have like poor like stripping along the window? Like, are there gaps in places there shouldn't be that's letting in the cold? Because generally cottages in the woods are fairly insulated, so it feels weird that this building is so cold even with a fire.
Go ahead and make an
So is this thing just
investigation
like
check.
really badly built?
Make an investigation check. You look around, and it's like looking about this room. I mean, it's built pretty decent. It should be warmer in here. Um, you see no holes. The windows are sealed and shut. Um, it should be warmer in here. Like it makes no sense.
Hmm.
You see the father, um, shake some more. It's been rough. We've been starving for a little bit, and the cold is brutal. I'm surprised to see anyone out there.
How long has it been so cold inside?
For as long as this winter has lasted, it's been freezing. It's so hard to get food down. It's just rough.
How far along are we into the winter?
Um, about middle of winter, so it's January-ish,
Okay.
the month of Jan, I
Did
should
they
say.
not?
We were
Uh,
talking
Did they
about
not
curses
stock up
earlier.
on any
Are there any
meat?
curses that would have this effect that would be like common occurrence around here?
Make a history check.
and doctor asked if they look starving or have anything odd about them.
Nope. I mean, they do look like very hungry. Like they've clearly not, like they're malnutrition for sure. Um, yeah, they look starving.
I have a suspicion,
Did
but
they not set up any trap lines?
I've It's been too cold for me to really get out there, and we lost everything this last blizzard.
Hmm.
I wanna
That's
like very
tragic.
casually glance out the window and I wanna look at that goat outside if it's visible.
Okay. Make a perception check. 12. You kind of look out the window, looking towards the small hut that's on the side of the house. And you can just see this like dark shape of the goat just kind of sitting in the middle of his little shack almost. You can see the kind of like the goat looks over to you. You can see like the reflection of the firelight in its eyes. Um, those weird looking goat eyes. Um, and it just stares at you. You just hear,
It stares back at
"Bah."
me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, that's
Does
fucked
it look
up.
healthy though?
It's
Or
hard to
does it look
see.
like
It's
hard to see?
dark
Okay.
outside now. Like the only reason you can see it is because the glint of light hits its eyes, and it's just kind of laying there, It's just pure white goat as well. So,
Just weird that they haven't killed it yet.
Um.
I have thoughts.
Okay,
I also have thoughts.
so let me get this straight. This is a father and his two sons who live in the bitter woods alone. It's the middle of the winter. They don't have any food. And the only reason why he's out here is because the story of his grandfather encouraged him to come out and try to be a hunter.
yeah. To survive on his
Okay.
own, live a simpler life, other than life in a city, in a town.
This is either a horrific magic creature or an idiot.
How long have you resided out here?
We've been out here for probably 8 years. My wife died
Has
about 4 months ago. We got this brutal early autumn blizzard, and it just tore through everything. I've just been trying to keep us safe and alive since then.
okay. So how? So this is the coldest winter in a long time, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
How
it's
abrupt was this?
well, so far this winter hasn't been too bad for you. It's a cold winter for
Okay.
sure, but like it's nothing compared to like others you've seen.
Okay. Okay. All right. Never mind then. Cool.
To
This
him
is the
and this
coldest
spot.
winter he's ever
So
experienced.
I'm sorry. His wife died of.
Cold.
I'm sorry.
Hypothermia.
It died of
Actually.
cold.
Wife died of cold. All right.
Yeah, she got caught in the blizzard. I found her. She was emaciated, freezing to the touch. I couldn't even bury her. I just had to burn her. Anything to keep warm.
Real quick.
Jesus.
Real quick question, and I'm so sorry to get into it.
Yeah.
But
You hear the you hear the young kid trying to interject slightly. Miss, do you think you can spare one of your rations? I'm really hungry.
I just stop talking and I turn to face the child and I smile. And I pull out one of my rations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You see his hands are shaking as he goes and reaches for the rations and pulls them closer to
That's
himself. He
That's
just
Southern
begins to like
hospitality.
break off pieces of the rations. What's your passive perception?
16.
I have yeah, mine's 16.
He's struggling
Mine's
to break
12.
off a piece of the rations. It almost looks like the rations are frozen.
Not my problem.
I mean, very fair.
Valid. I gave him food. Damn it.
Yeah, he can gnaw on it to warm it up. It's not my problem.
Oh man.
back to what
I
I was
love these
saying.
characters.
Back to what I was saying. Was your wife emaciated before she was caught in the storm?
No. She got caught out there for a bit, a couple days.
Okay.
All right.
And can I make like, do I need to make a medicine check or anything to tell that like isn't natural?
I mean, is it
well,
natural?
I'm like, well, he said she was out there like, so she went missing for a couple of days. Basically, what he's saying.
Couple of days, but that doesn't make you
Yeah,
emaciated.
a couple of days wouldn't
No.
be emaciated. Like you'd get hypothermia and die for sure, but
Yeah, but you wouldn't have your muscles wouldn't have time to deteriorate that much.
yeah, there's not
Yeah.
enough
I
time
think
for
say
atrophy.
I'm trying to just making sure that I got all the information lined out right here.
This is so
Okay.
Yeah,
weird and
same.
Okay.
suspicious and definitely wrong.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So again, he said for him, this has been the harshest winter since he's been out here in these 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
All right. And from our characters' perspectives, this winter hasn't been like that bad. It's cold.
I mean, from your the places that you've been in, like Biddlewood and where you come from, it's not been bad. Not that bad. I
But
mean,
like, he's not that
outside
far.
right now, outside it is fairly cold. Like you're starting to notice it now. The longer you're here, it's pretty cold.
Yeah, but did it get like that once did we start feeling that when we got here, or once we started traveling? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, did we find? Is there a distinct point where it felt worse for us in like the last 72 hours?
Roll. So Roll20 will crash if I try to open your character sheet. So roll me a. Roll me a nature check.
Okay. Something told me I should have took proficiency in nature, but I didn't. It's okay.
What are you proficient in again?
I am proficient in acrobatics, insight, investigation, perception, and I have expertise in medicine.
Yeah. Nothing else that'll really help you. With the 12, I mean, like when you got here, night was falling, so it gets colder when night hits. There was, some snowfall, some wind chills. And it feels like it's really cold, for what it
Yeah.
is. Also, you're
Okay.
inside. The thing is, though, you're inside. Also, there's a fire. It should be warmer.
It should be warm.
Yeah,
All
it should
right.
be at least warmer. Like,
Okay. All right. So then I guess the very next question then is, so do we feel a draft, or is it just colder than we think it would be?
there is a draft, 100%.
Can we tell where the draft is coming from?
Make an investigation check.
I lick my
I'd
finger and
also
hold it
love
up in
to
the
do
air.
this. Incredible.
You lick your finger and hold it up in the air. Make an investigation check.
Get hypothermia.
Immediate hypothermia.
I'll
have
make
to-
an
Your
investigation check.
finger
but-
freezes and breaks.
Well,
God damn, yo!
I
Why am I so
have a-
terrible?
I have a
What is
different.
up with us?
I do have a different question,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, does it seem reasonable to me that this woman would have become emaciated over a couple of days?
Emaciated? No.
Okay.
The term emaciated would mean, like, if he's using the term emaciated how he should, probably not. You'd look hungry, but not emaciated. Not after just a couple days.
Yeah, she wouldn't have been alive long enough.
No. The cold probably killed her in the first day. If it was as cold as it kind of is right now outside, with no shelter, nothing, you're caught out there. Yeah, it would kill you in a day, in a night.
What if they do have the hunger disease? Out of character joke. Can we just cut you open real quick? Can
Who?
we see what's inside of you? These people. What if they have the
Oh.
hunger disease, the curse, the venom that Doc said? Also,
I
Doc did ask
am-
if they had hunting gear.
So convinced these people are already dead.
Something's fucked up. How did I get the highest roll?
Are they breathing?
Are they breathing?
Are
What's your
there
pass-
like,
what's your
are
passive
there-
perception?
Are there clouds coming out of their mouths as they talk and stuff? It's 12.
No.
They're not breathing?
Well, there's no breath coming out.
Oh.
But do we have breaths coming out because it's so cold?
Yes.
Okay.
But they
Will
don't.
I have a breath at all? Will any breath come from me?
There there is a breath coming out of you.
But we don't. So everyone else has one except for these three.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna say at this point, you've caught on Asanoth with your passive perception. You see the young kid is gnawing on that ration, but it can't. Your ration is not frozen. He just can't eat it. Maybe he just can't physically consume things.
Motherfucker.
These people
Stole my
ghosts?
food.
This is
He can't
interesting.
even eat.
We need a paladin with divine sense.
We ain't got one of them no more.
Channel divinity, turn undead.
I mean, you could.
I could.
All right, cool. Well, considering the dire situation you find yourselves, why remain here? If you don't mind me asking.
My kids won't make it to any other semblance of shelter. The least I can do is remain here. When it's warm enough to go outside, I can try and, I don't know, find my traps that I've laid, maybe hunt a little, but it's just been so cold. I haven't been able to leave.
Okay. When was the last time you have left your lodge?
When I found my wife. Since then, it's just been too cold. I'm waiting for the winter to subside, so
Wait. So he's been stuck in here for 4 months. Is what he's saying,
that's what he's
right?
saying.
If you don't mind, I am a practitioner of the medical arts. I would like to examine you if you do not mind.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'll walk over. First thing I do is I turn his hand over, put 2 fingers on his wrist, like towards the palm side,
Mm-hmm.
and check for a pulse.
Okay, make a medicine check with advantage. One
23.
thing, there is no pulse. Also, he is slightly malleable in that your hand kind of begins to go through him as you realize he's not entirely physical. Um, it's at this point
They're totally ghosts.
you're fairly certain these are very vivid ghosts. And also, they've been enhanced slightly to be almost like it's almost like there's an illusion embedded on top of their physical selves. Like something is hiding the fact that they're true ghosts.
When your wife died, after discovering her, what's the last thing you remember? Before that, I mean.
Before that, uh, well, the cold. It's hard to. I remember she went out. She was trying to find our goats, and then the blizzard hit. I can't remember.
I look at the boys. What about your memories?
I'm just so cold and hungry. That was the youngest. I
Okay.
I just remember wanted to get warm and get food. What I would do for a pie right now.
I kind of um I feel whatever avails you, maybe out my expertise. And I'll walk over to Ripley and Bonnie. May you kneel down to me.
Sure.
And I'll go to both of their ears. I feel first, they have no pulse. They're not alive.
Yeah, they aren't breathing either.
I'm pretty sure that whatever affects their feeling for their hunger and coldness has something to do with the arcane. That is more both of your areas of expertise.
Yeah. Sorta.
Make a. I'm gonna open your sheet and my roll 20 is gonna crash.
Huh.
I don't know why. It's
Can
so
I
bad.
make a check to try to think about any curses or
Both you and Bonnie do it. So make a history
unholy
checks.
effect? Because Ripley's arcane knowledge isn't like undead related, but it is about like curses and pacts and
Go ahead.
magical influences.
I'd say either Arcana or a nature check.
Definitely Arcana. Wow, could I roll good? Could I? Perhaps?
What is the number? Because my roll 20 does not like that I tried to open a
10.
character sheet. 10? Okay. You are uncertain. There's so many things that you already saw the hunger curse not too long ago. Um, like there's a lot. Um, there's the Sorrow Sworn. There's so many things.
Fill a book with what this could be.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, even like it's whatever happened. These are ghosts. They're spirits that the consensus that you're able to get is that they're cold and that they're hungry and they are not alive.
Well, can't do much to help them. I'm not an exorcist.
It's real cold. Do you mind if we pick this back up in the morning? Once we all have a nice sleep, maybe it'll be warmer in the day.
Um, is there a reason you haven't eaten your last goat yet?
Huh? We lost all the goats when that's why my wife left. She went to find them.
He'll just kind of narrow his eyes.
Bah!
Did you not hear that?
I'm too cold. Please, we should just rest. Everything will be better in the morning.
Indeed, I suppose a rest is in order.
Here, you can.
I'd like to go outside, and I want to check out that goat.
Okay. So you head outside.
Can I
Yeah.
follow
Sure.
Ripley?
So Ripley and Asanov go outside. Yeah, you head outside. The sound of the snow and the pathway kind of cracks underneath your feet as you begin to make your way out towards the barn section. Asanov, it's not too difficult to hear small bits of snow moving in the trees around you. It sounds like there's heavy footfalls all throughout the woods. So as you make your way around that corner, and you hear this sound, you look towards the shed, and you can just see the two eyes of the goat, covered in white fur, just staring at you. What are you two gonna do?
I have a lantern.
Okay.
I'm gonna light it.
Okay. Yeah, you light your lantern.
I hear things in the woods.
That
Terrifying.
sounds so ominous in the southern voice.
Absolutely horrifying. Thank you so much. I'm
I
so
hear
glad I
things in
brought
the
you with
woods.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
she's so fucking creepy.
So, where are you pointing the lantern first?
Towards the goat.
Okay.
'Cause
You
this
point it towards
thing's
the goat.
weird.
It's a big fucking goat. Like,
Okay.
like, it's a big goat. Like, it's a large goat.
Like abnormally so?
Like, size-wise, it's a large creature.
Huh.
You watch two arms unfurl from underneath the goat and push itself up.
Oh, interesting.
You hear more cracking of snow in the woods. As seemingly something is making its way towards you.
I'm just gonna say loudly enough for everyone inside to hear. Oh shit!
Oh no.
Do you point the lantern towards whatever's coming from the woods?
Sure. Why not?
You as the
I'd
goat
love to see
stands
whatever's
on its
coming
hind
towards
legs,
me.
pushing itself up with its two arms, you turn the lantern towards the woods, and you see three emaciated bodies covered in snow and ice. You see there are three different sizes to them. One very tall, one kind of medium sized, and one very short. They seem to have these enlonged fingernails, these cold, icy eyes, and very hungry, cold looking faces.
Oh, splendid.
We just can't have anything nice.
I need all of you to roll initiative.
Do you have
I'm sure you
tokens to click
would.
on?
Yes. So I will bring you to the map.
Nice.
It's the map. It's the map.
We
it's
thought it'd
the
be
map,
weird,
it's
it
the
was
All
map.
been
weird.
waiting for.
Also, ignore the deer in the bottom of the map.
I knew that goat was messed up from the beginning.
You did. You really much
Like,
did.
there's something funky about that goat.
God, I saw that goat and I was like, "Is this fucking Baba Yaga? What's going on here?"
Yeah, but this is the goat, by the way. If you wanted to see.
Horrible.
No,
I didn't want to
I'm
see it
s-
actually.
I'm so glad
Ew.
I came out here with you.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the icy individuals. You've seen these before.
Lovely.
I said I haven't seen these ones before.
Neither have I.
Was it not you?
What?
Didn't you see him on a ship? Or was that might have been my other party? Oh my god. Yeah, I
No,
guess.
I don't. I think the only ship people that I remember was Davy Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I thought it was all of you. Oh, cool. Well, now I get to introduce these creatures to you. They're one of my favorites.
Yeah, mutated hyenas.
Yeah, that's what you fought. The other people fought the ice rhymes. The rhyme hungers, that's what it is.
I love that I have like one spell that can work against undead creatures. That's really cool.
You told us to ignore the deer in the bottle.
I mean, I doubt you can see that far in the darkness, so yeah, just ignore that.
Okay.
Incredible. A
I know
gentle
it's
reminder, we're level 2.
Also, I know it's just because of the map, but I do think it's very funny that it's like there's a draft, but you can't tell where it's coming from, and then
And
the
then you
roof
have
is-
holes in the ceiling,
Yeah.
holes in the roof.
Yeah, it's almost like oh, also as the goat stands, probably most likely the illusion falls. And you begin to see the massive holes in the top of the building, and the ghostly visages of the inhabitants as the the goat decides it's time. You weren't going to sleep.
Um,
That's what I
All
wanted
right,
you to
no,
now
do.
I gotta.
you on
You know,
edge.
I thought maybe the goat was a friend and I was gonna rescue it, and it turns out that's not what's happening.
No, goats are never friends.
Well, yeah, but what if?
Um,
know?
yeah. So Egil, you watch as the ceiling suddenly goes and becomes light, and you look upwards and you just see these massive gaping holes in the ceiling as the illusion fades over the house and the land, and you can see the visage of these emaciated, ghostly figures sitting before you. You can see that they have lost all their hair, their eyes are sunken in, their nails have elongated, and they just look horrific. And you just see just very, very dead individuals who died cold and hungry.
Oh my.
And you hear the call from outside.
And then call from outside. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm updating my notes really quick with this new turn of events. Um, you're gonna love my notes now, Graham.
Oh yeah.
So you know, yeah, you're gonna love them.
Well, if I could ever open a character sheet without Roll20 hating me, I will be so happy. I don't know what I
I
did.
hate mortal. I hate mortal eyes. Bonnie, I hate mortal eyes. Okay. So with this